everyone. Welcome to the part 2 of the journey down the memory lane of Goodreads. Joined me on this journey is Kristan. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We wanted to do it. We did the first one 4 weeks ago, supposedly,
Was it
which
4 weeks? Oh,
supposedly time flies.
that's crazy.
We wanted to come back the following week to do the next year, but life took over, guys.
Yeah.
So,
What
you
can you
know,
do?
yeah, what can you do? Better late than never. I feel like now every time I start the video, I have to start with saying that I really apologize if the video looking choppy. I got a new webcam. Hopefully it's good, but I
It
feel
looks
like,
good for me, but I know afterwards sometimes it looks weird. And I
right?
think mine looked weird last time. So I was like, wait, what's happening?
I know. I think it's something to do with the quality of this new platform that we're using.
Yeah, we may have to look into that.
Right, because before the one that we were using, it was Google Hangout, but
Mhm.
now that that's going away, we're using this new platform, and it's giving us some trouble. So
Hopefully
anyway,
it'll get better.
yeah, hopefully. So those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to Fangirlz Sample. And if we usually have our live show in this other channel. If you follow the playlist somewhere in this channel, you will be able to find us there, where we do a live show every Sunday 8 p.m. We try to. Sometimes it can
Yes.
be a little bit other days, but if you follow us on your Instagram and your Twitter, you will know exactly when we'll go live.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. But on top of that, so Kristan is my partner in crime over there
Mhm.
with our other friend Maddie. But this is a channel where we kind of do extra things, like things that, like, different reviews, and also this kind of cool, fun thing where we take a journey down our Goodreads. We love Goodreads over here. Uh,
Obsessed.
we're obsessed with it. In the last video, Kristan, you said that you cannot literally start a book unless you
Mm-mm.
put it on Goodreads, right?
No. If I pick up a book and I'm like, this is what I want to read today, shameless plug for Reed Chancellor's Hardcore Anxiety,
Which Reed
because it's
joined
right
us.
here.
Yeah, Reed joined us for an interview at the Fangirlz live show yesterday, which
Yeah.
you can find the video of that somewhere down there. But
You guys
yes,
should check it out. Even if you don't know what this is, you should check out that interview because it was really fun. We just
it
had
was.
fun. We had a good time.
And I actually have the book right here, just
Yeah.
waiting.
And we both loved it. So,
We
yay.
both loved it. Well, you loving it is kind of different,
I
though.
mean, I'm in it. It's fine. No big
Yeah,
deal.
that's what I like. Yeah, Kristen's in it,
Not a big
and
deal.
Reed is also Mr. Kristen.
That's
So
just, that's right. That's what I call him.
yeah, right. Like that's like the your bedroom name for him.
That'd be so weird. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I'll pick up a book and I'm like, hey, this is what I want to read. Before I can read even the first page, I have to open my Goodreads app and I'm like, go to Goodreads, currently reading shelf. And I put my phone down and then I start reading. And if I
That's
finish
right.
it in one sitting, I gotta go back, and the moment I finish it, I gotta rate it because I'm gonna forget, and
Right. You
I
have
gotta mark
to.
it as done.
Right. One thing I have noticed though, because now that you got me on this memory lane thing, because this was your idea, by the way,
Yeah,
I am now rethinking my rating policy and whether I should wait like at least 6 months before I go and rate something.
it is. You know, I've noticed that too. Even like sometimes I think back to like maybe a few months ago, and there was something like right when I finished, I was like, hell yeah, this is what I want to rate it. And now I'm like, why did I give it like 4 stars? Did it deserve that? Probably not. And then, or you read something that's like amazing, and your whole rating system gets skewed by that because you're like, wait, how was this like 5 stars? And this other thing was, or how was this 4 stars? And this other thing was also 4 stars. I feel like I give out 4 stars too much. Like if I like something at all, I feel like I'm giving it 4 stars. And that's probably not right. But you know what I mean? I'm like, I like that.
So, I mean, I've seen that I've given a lot more things 4 star before, but now I have dropped it down to three.
Hmm.
Like, in 2019, especially, I am merciless in my rating. Like, you pissed me off at one point, one star off. You did this other thing, another star off. Women were treated badly, all the stars off.
The
Like,
stars off. So that
like
that is like one constant complaint people have about Goodreads is there's only a 5-star system. And a lot of people wish there were 10 stars. So because a 5-star system, you only have 5 options. And sometimes that's not enough. Some books need more than that. Although I feel like if I had 10, I'd be really confused when I'm rating stuff, you know? I
and,
don't
and
know, it's
not
hard.
and not to mention that they don't let you do half star. That's also a
Yeah, that's
problem.
what they need. They
Yeah,
need
I mean,
to add just an additional step. So it's like, okay, this is a good solid 3.5. I'm good. I don't need to give it
right.
4 all the time, right?
And the thing is, like, especially with the comic books, though, it's kind of becomes difficult because you have the story portion, then you also have the art portion,
Mm,
right? So
yeah.
the thing is, there is nothing to say that, oh, story wise, this was 5 star, art wise, it was 1 star. It can happen, guys. There's some shitty art out there.
Yeah. No, that's so true. And, usually when that happens, I just ignore the art even playing a part into it.
Right. But
Because that's like, what can you do? It's like, if that story's amazing, but you didn't care for the art, it's like, well, but it was still an amazing story, you
no,
know?
but to me, the art has to be really shitty for me to talk about it. Like, if it's
Mm.
okay, medium, okay, I'm letting it go,
It, it did its thing, right?
Yeah, it did its thing. It got the message across. But if it's
Mm.
like terrible, I'm trying to think of an thing. But then I have to kind of be like, I'm gonna take a point off here.
See,
Like,
the thing that pops in my head for like terrible art, but I enjoyed the story would be like original Dark Horse Buffy comics. People
uh,
notoriously think those are bad, and I haven't read them since I was a teenager. So maybe I would read them now and think they're bad. I don't know. But I remember enjoying it just because I needed more Buffy in my life no matter what.
right,
But the art was notoriously terrible. Like every single story, I feel like it was all bad.
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's like something super terrible art, like the whole time, I'll give it like I'll probably take and start off. But that's also another thing. So yeah, and Goodreads app is like amazing in the sense like you can scan the book. Like if
Oh,
you just
yeah.
do like put the ISB right underneath. So if I do this, you know, that's how you know that it's a real book because it's on Goodreads.
It's in
And guess
there.
what? Hardcore anxiety currently sitting at 4.58.
Heck yeah, Ree, good job. I'll
Right.
take that.
So yeah. So there you go. Goodreads, people of Goodreads, if you're listening, we need sponsor. So if you don't mind sponsoring us, we're all for it.
Hoopla and Goodreads. I mean, we got to get on this.
Hoopla, Goodreads,
This is all
comics,
we talk about.
unlimited. Those are
Yeah,
the all the shit that we talk about all the
that's
time. So
right.
if you want to sponsor us, reach out to us at our Instagram, our Twitter. You can find them right down below. So
We
do
want
that.
it.
Yeah. We'll talk about you all the time. These physical books, I mean, especially for
Forget
Hoopla,
about it.
physical book, forget about them. But
We may have a different sponsor on the other channel. It's fine. Forget about it.
right.
We'll just stop ordering physical.
Yeah, so there's like one of the things, for example, like you were talking about, like, if the book's not there, you feel you haven't read it. So I caught up with all of Giant Days by John Ellison. Now a lot of them has not been solicited as trade, so I didn't feel like adding the single issue because it just kind of inflates the number of books I read. I feel like I haven't read them because it's not on Goodreads.
See, that's funny. I've ran into that with like one other thing, and that would be I'm reading. I know you don't care, but I'm reading a lot on the Viz Media app or Shonen Jump app for
Uh-huh.
manga, right? Because it's $2 a month, and that's amazing. But I'm reading One Punch Man on there, and you get to a certain point in the chapters they have that aren't collected into volumes, so it's like, oh, and then those volumes go to a certain point in like Japan on Goodreads, but then they stop. So it's a big problem because I feel like I haven't read that either. And then I kind of avoid reading more because I'm like, if I can't put it on Goodreads, I don't want to do it. What's funny about Giant Days and your inflated number, you say, see, I've been reading singles for Giant Days for a while on Hoopla, as you know. And when I made my number at the beginning of the year, I took that into account. I'm like, there's
Mm,
certain single issues I'm going to be reading on Hoopla. And because I feel like I haven't read it, if it's not in my reading challenge, I'm going to put this, like, I'm going to put like 100 more just so
right.
I can put in singles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
I
don't
mean, no,
feel
that's
like my numbers all, you know.
yeah, I mean that's completely legit because
Yeah.
one of the things I have done though is like when something I read in like let's say trades, but then the omnibus came out, I
Mm.
later went back, took the trades off, and put the omnibus in. If I had the omnibus, so if I didn't buy the omnibus, I didn't do it. You see what I'm saying?
See,
Like,
that's cool and everything, but I physically feel like I can't do that. Like I have to
uh,
put the format I read it in
okay,
on Goodreads.
yeah, I mean that's
You
completely
know.
fine. Yeah, I am
Because then also like if I did read it in single issues, I can go back and look at my rating and be like, "Oh, maybe I rated this differently than if I would have read it in a trade." You know what I
mm,
mean? Cuz
yeah.
if your story is broken up like that, then
Right.
it can
Especially
feel
if
different.
if it's an omnibus, it's very difficult to rate it because
Yeah.
half of it could be good, half of it
Yeah,
could be really bad, but the
that's
omnibus
true.
looks so nice, so you just give it 5 stars.
And then you just have like one book for your reading challenge for that huge omnibus, and that kind of sucks sometimes too.
That's true. That's true. But anyway, so that was like, our love for Goodreads. Please sponsor us. But and so without further ado, I think last time I left off at my 2016, where I was. So why it's your turn to start us off with 2016. What did
Okay.
Kristen read on the year 2016?
All right, me in 2016 was a weird one. I'm going to start with A Girl on the Shore. So that's a manga that I know you don't know, but it got so much like acclaim in every like group I was in, and people were like, "This is the best. It's so good. It's so good." And I love the cover, which is just like I don't know how to describe it because guess what? I gave it to Second and Charles, so I don't have that anymore.
Spoilers.
Spoiler, but it's published by Vertical Comics, and I usually love everything they put out manga wise that I've read, with some exceptions, but mostly they're fantastic. Girl, I hated this so much. It was so bad, and I remember it. But what gets me is I gave it 2 stars. I know I want to give it 1 star right now, but I gave it like, what's happening?
I know that
What?
we talked about it, that you say that if rating is once been given, we shall not change it. We cannot change it. So you cannot change the rating now.
Yeah, well, and it's weird. I feel like I would have to reread it, and then I could change the rating. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like, but I think of it now, and I'm like, nah, that didn't deserve that extra star. What was wrong with me? I definitely deserve 1 star to me. Like, there's people who are watching this, they're being manga fans. They're gonna be like, how did you not look? No, I hated it. I hated it a lot.
I know that I
So
can bully you into reduce your rating. I've done that
I
once.
may do it. I'm thinking about it now. It's bothering me so much that I may do it.
Because there was one book both of us read. I gave it 1, and Kristen gave it 3. I'm
I
like,
think I gave it 3.
Kristen,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, Kristen, your 3 is like my -1. Like, you
Yeah,
know?
and then I started thinking about it more, and I was like, I gotta reduce this because I think in my head. So what was the book? A Crystal Fighters
Right, right.
was the book, and I started thinking, well, I guess if girls read this, like, I started putting myself in like the
Yeah,
mindset of,
yeah.
okay, I know this is directed at a younger audience, so I don't know. I was giving it too much, though. It wasn't worth the 3.
And
You're
then
right.
you're like,
I
girl, you're
changed it.
right. I'm
I
gonna go
changed it.
crazy. She changed it back down to
This is
one.
like the nerdiest conversation. Like, I wonder, please comment down below and tell us if you felt this way about ratings, if you feel this way about Goodreads. We want to know we're not alone. I don't think we are, but
Girl, what do you mean about nerdy? What is that? That's not even a thing.
who?
Anyway, moving on.
So then I read volume 7 of Monster, the Perfect Edition. These are kind of out of order, but I think I read a lot of Monster that year, and it's my favorite manga of all time still, and that was 2016. So it was worth although I gave that volume 4 stars. Like, why did that one deserve 4? I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. Then The Wicked and the Vine, I read volume 3. I gave it 4 stars. You know what? I remember it had pretty art. And I
That
remember
art's pretty cool.
it's really nice art. I think I remember the first volume more than any other ones due to the end of it, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I
Oh, I
haven't
haven't
read
read
it.
it yet. I just know the
Oh, you
art is.
haven't read it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, because of the art, I bought the oversized edition. Of
Oh
the
yeah, it's
Vine.
gorgeous art.
Yeah, and Kieran Gillen I kind of like him, so
Mm-hmm.
All
He's
right.
good. Then I read Star Wars Chewbacca, the Gary Dugan like a mini story, which you've read because it was in that Heroes for
Yeah,
Hope
yeah, yeah.
book.
Yeah, I really like that.
I really liked it too, but you know what? It looks like I didn't rate it.
Oh,
That's weird.
what does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know that sometimes you hide the ratings from me before we talk about it, because now that I'm stalking you.
Well, that was from 2016, though. I couldn't have.
That's true. We didn't know each other in 2016.
There has been a point where, yeah, I've marked as read, and I'm like, if she sees this, it'll ruin what we talk about on the show. So that I like don't rate it. That's the only time I don't immediately rate it. But yeah, I've totally done that.
Yeah, I'm like, bitch, not rating.
Because I know you're on there like stalking me. Like,
Yeah, I'm
what'd she
stalking
do?
you.
I gotta have my comeback ready for how much she didn't like it, and I
Or
loved
she
it.
liked it, both
Yeah.
way it goes.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
And then, and then it's like, Kristan didn't rank it. I'm like, ooh, I know what she's. Now I know though, because now I'm like, if she did it, I'm ready.
Yeah. You're probably taking notes anyway, like, we're gonna talk about this in a month, and I gotta know what she. Why did she give this 5 stars?
Yeah, there was like one book. I'm like, whoa, she gave it 5 stars. We need to talk about it.
What was it?
Genderqueer.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, we need to talk about. If something you gave 1 star, I'm like, oh, this is bad.
Pretty much 1s and 5s are rarities for me.
Right.
I'm a big 4, sometimes 3. If 2's pretty, doesn't happen either. So 2s are hard.
I'm leaning to like 3 and 2s more. But
Yeah.
anyway, we're gonna talk about it. But anyway, keep going. Okay.
Let's see. I read the first volume of Goodnight. Man, is it Poon Poon or Pun Pun? I think it's Poon
Pun
Poon.
Pun.
Someone, really?
Oh, I
There's
always
this
call
whole argument. I used to say Pun Pun, but then there's this whole argument about how it's Poon Poon. I don't know,
Babe,
guys.
if you're gonna call it Poon Poon, say Poon.
I know, because pun is a word. Pun is a word. I don't know.
It's
But
pun
hey,
pun.
I don't speak Japanese, so like maybe it's pronounced differently. I don't
We
know.
should ask Maddie. Maddie speaks Japanese.
Maddie would know.
Yeah, we should ask.
She's
Maddie
gonna be like,
about
you guys
that.
are both doing it wrong. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I never continued though, and that's just because I have the first volume and I never got the rest and didn't feel like it. And now I'm hearing it's so horrifically, like, literally depressing that I don't know that I want to read the whole thing. So I don't know.
Okay.
It was back in 2016. That's also when I read the first volume of Paper Girls. I gave it 5 stars. I stand by that. It's great.
Oh, it's coming to an end this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe they'll make the 3rd hardcover even weirder than the first 2 not matching. I don't know.
That that pissed me off so much. It was.
I still haven't got the second one. I just have this first pink one. Oh, you can't even see it. Never mind.
No, I can't. But anyway, we talked about it in the other show. Go find that about that. But anyway, all right, next.
Buffy season 10 volume. Let's pull this over 4. I gave it 5 stars. I stand by that. I love that whole season. They were all great. Prez volume 1. Did you ever read that?
I did.
I gave it 4 stars. I remember liking it. I don't remember much of it, but
I think I gave it 4 star as well. But I thought that, oh, okay, it's a what next, and there was nothing. So
yeah, that's what I was waiting. Like, it says volume 1, so where's the rest? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's also kind of, I feel like, a little bit too childish politics. Like, it doesn't have a nuance. Like,
I'd be curious if it held up to like this year specifically.
Right.
I don't know that it would.
Yeah, but Flintstone and Snugglepuss by Mark Russell.
I gotta do that still. Yeah, I know I'm gonna like those.
Like, that intelligent. Like, if Prez was like his startup, like, he's kind of dipping his toe. That's where. But anyway.
Nice. Gotham Academy Volume 2. I gave 4 stars. Really enjoyed that. Lumberjanes Volume 3. I gave 5 stars. I love Lumberjanes still. Giant Size Little Marvel, Avengers vs. X. I definitely gave that a 5 stars because I love that book. It's so good. I mean, who doesn't love that? I know I have it near me too, but actually it's behind me. It's right here.
Oh yeah, show that.
It's right here, guys.
Oh,
can you see it? It's so cute.
Like, oh, I love that book. I'm trying to look for it. Where's mine? I'm
You
gonna
guys
have to
should
find.
check your local Second and Charles if you have one near you, because that book is like $10 sealed. And it is worth every penny because it's so good. And it's oversized. It's little, but I mean, it's great. It's just great.
And then it also has this Captain America, like
Oh, yeah.
he's
It's
there.
so cute. I love
Like,
those. They're
anyway,
so
okay,
good.
all right, okay.
I was like, I only have this guy, and he's the little plastic one, but I still love him.
No, it's perfect.
So then I read Patience by Daniel Clowes, and I definitely gave that 5 stars. I remember loving that book. So I would stand by that. I would like to read that again.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read that? You may
No.
like it. Honestly, maybe you won't because I really can't. I can't remember so much what I loved about it other than I really loved it. So,
Mm.
you
Ah,
know, I Hate Fairyland Volume 1, gave it 4 stars, still love that. Descender Volume 2, 5 stars, yes. Mark Wade Archie Volume 1, 4 stars. Okay, yeah. Um, let's see. I got to skip some of this because they're not comic books. I'm learning in 2016 I read more than just comic books, which is like all I've been reading this year. I read the first volume of All New, All Different Adventures, and I gave it 5 stars. I don't even remember reading that, so, but I loved it apparently.
that has Kamala Khan in it, so this is good.
Yeah, totally. And it's Mark Wade, right? So,
Yeah. We also love Mark Wade around here, but yeah, there is I have it. I have the oversized hardcover, but haven't read it yet. But anyway, continue. I shouldn't.
um, let's see. You know what I'm noticing? This just is a little behind the scenes, but the export, does that export also stuff I want to read or just what I've read? Do you know?
It comes everything you
Okay.
put
I
in.
think that's what I'm noticing. I'm like, wait a
Okay,
second. I didn't
yeah,
read that.
yeah,
All
everything
right,
you.
I'm gonna have to skip it around. Okay. But I did apparently read the first volume of Nick Spencer's Astonishing Ant-Man, and it was in 2016, so I didn't even remember it. But I gave it 4 stars, so I feel like I would like it.
That book is like the entire basis of like the movie.
That's probably why I liked it because I love that movie.
Yeah, it's like I think it came out right around the same time. So obviously, one told he was told write it this way, and he
Totally.
did. Yeah.
Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur, first volume, 5 stars. I remember liking it. I never kept on, but I don't know. I think I got that from my library, so that could be
Definitely
why.
on.
We Stand on Guard by Brian K. Vaughan. I feel like you read this.
Mhm.
I gave it 3 stars.
Oh my god,
Did you love it or did you hate it? You
I
loved it?
loved it. But
Okay.
then again, I'm Canadian American,
Yeah,
so
hey. Yeah, maybe there's some stuff that went beyond me because I
you
remember being
know,
like, I feel like there's probably things I'm not understanding here.
so the story revolves around America just decided to invade Canada for fresh water, and Canada didn't have any military, and they're like, ugh. So I don't know. As a Canadian American, a lot of things spoke to me. Like, yeah. But
That
anyway,
makes sense. Camp Midnight is like probably a middle grade book. I liked it a lot. I give it 4 stars. Another Buffy season 10 trade. That's always 5 stars for me. Lucky Penny. Do you know this book? It's an Oni Press book.
I've heard about it. So
I
tell
gave it
me.
5 stars. Girl, I can't tell you what it's even about, but I remember really liking it.
Yeah.
So, Giant Days Volume 2, 5 stars. Are you shocked? Dark Knight, A True Batman Story by Paul Dini. I gave that 4 stars. Really enjoyed that. I remember that affecting me. Like I was like,
Can you
wow.
enjoy that book though? Because I feel like,
Well, it was
you
yeah,
know,
it was horrible. It was really horrible, but I thought it was so well done and just so unique. You know, it's like we
right.
don't have another book like this where it's like legitimately about him. Like it's like a really famous Batman guy telling his own story, which just doesn't happen, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Paul Dini. Like, he's the creator of Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was like his story of how he was mugged and beaten up and left to die, and his recovery process, and how he was imagining Batman and Harley Quinn following him around. It's
It's great.
it's It's vivid.
It's intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's intense, but it was great. It's
Yeah.
on Hoopla for those of you who aren't familiar. Uh, Lumberjanes Volume 4, 5 stars, of course. Chew Volume 11, 5 stars. Tons of Giant Days single issues. This is also when I read Kaiju Max Season 1, which I give 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Let's see. It's also when I read The Vision Volume 1, 5 stars. I stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love that, right? Fresh Romance, which is an Oni Press, like, it's all these short, like, romance stories. Kate Leth did a story in it. That's why I wanted to read it. I gave it 4 stars. Because, that's always hard with anthologies. But I mostly enjoyed them. Buffy the High School Years, Freaks and Geeks. So those are, like, really tiny. I wish I could reach one, but they're not nearby. But they're really tiny books that Faith Erin Hicks did, who I really enjoy her writing. So I really like the story. They're set, like, during season 1, but the art was just, it was like super anime art. Like, everyone's eyes were huge, and I was just like, why is this happening? I didn't like the art. Yeah. But I like the stories, so I would recommend that. If you're Buffy obsessed, you should read them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say about that. Let's see. Princess Ever After. That's when I read that. Gave it 5 stars. Help Us Great Warrior. Are you familiar with that? It's a Boom series.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's this little creature, and she's ridiculous. And I'm pretty positive it's on Comixology Unlimited. So
I was just going to look it up. So tell me, what is it called?
Help Us Great Warrior. And I gave it 4 stars. I would totally stand by that because I'm thinking about it right now and I'm laughing because it was just really ridiculous and funny. Maybe 2016 me won't match up with 2019 you, but if it's on CU, I'd recommend just giving it a quick read. It's quick and it's just silly and funny.
No, there's like, it's like, the entirety is there.
Yeah,
so I'm going to put that. I'm picking up that shit.
It's fun.
Okay.
I gotta get up to minute. Let's see. More Giant Days singles. These are all not comics. Let's see. Oh, I read The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl Beats Up the Marvel Universe, which was totally a 4-star read. Did you ever read that?
I have not, but I can tell what it's about. It's
silly nonsense and it's fun. Yeah.
I love those books, like, the AV, like, giant size little Marvel, those kind of books. It's just so dumb. You just want to read them. When you're like, you're upset, you come home, you read them, and you're okay.
Like, totally, and that's what's great about that Boom book that I just told you about, because it's like, I remember it just being so silly and so fun because of that. Like, it's so funny. Yeah. So definitely look into that. Zodiac Star Force. I gave it 4 stars. I need to read the next one of those because I really did enjoy that. And I think that was, I'm like looking around for it. I'm like, where did it go? I can't remember who publishes that. Dark Horse? I think Dark Horse. I also read Kill Them All back then. I gave it 5 stars. You're welcome, Kyle. I stand by that. It's great.
Kyle's our friend, by the way. Well, Kyle's Kristen's friend and my acquaintances.
Yeah.
But,
you hung out on Kyle. Yeah. I read more Wicked and the Divine, more 4 stars for it. I need to go back and read it. The problem with that is it's been since 2016. I don't know that I continue. Well, I maybe did. But now it's been so long since I picked up one. I got to reread everything.
Well, the thing is, I think the series is coming to an end.
Is it soon? Okay.
I think so.
That's
helpful. The series is coming to an end. So then maybe we should just read it and then do a review for them.
Ooh, we should, because they're all on Hoopla. Yay.
Yeah, okay.
We'll definitely do that. Division Volume 2, 5 stars. I mean, guys, Division always, right? It's totally.
Is that the one with the toaster? The toaster joke? God, that was so bad. Oh.
Yeah.
That was sad. That shit was so sad.
Yeah, it really was. It was great.
Really ruined, like, the row your boat. That, the nursery, that was gross. Anyway.
Yeah. So I read Spidey Volume 1, First Day. It's the run by Robbie Thompson. I gave it 3 stars. I remember not loving that. I was like, it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. I
It's
think
very
it's a very,
fine.
yeah, it's fine.
It's
Anyway.
fine. Let's see. I read Moon Cop. Thought that was fine. I read Old Man Logan by Jeff Lemire, Volume 1. I like that. 4 stars. Jughead, Volume 1, 4 stars. I really enjoyed Jughead. I
Hmm.
recommend that. Um, More Buffy, always 5 stars. Let's see. Pyroman and Iron Fist, Volume 1 by David Walker. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was fine.
I think
So,
that's what you're not the only person to think that.
yeah, that's what I thought. See, I read some Chew issues. I thought they were 5 stars. Lumberjanes Volume
She
5.
was always 5 stars.
Yeah, Chew is definitely always 5 stars. Space Battle Lunchtime Volume 1. I gave that 4. It was fun. I don't know that I would give it 4 now. That's like the next one. I've only found a few that I'm like, I don't know. Was it that fine? Like, I don't know. 4 would be good. I feel like that's a 3.
Hmm.
Just thinking about it now. I read a Jonesy Volume 1. That's that Boom title. I gave it 4. It was fun. I don't really remember it, but it was fun. Was it? I don't know. I could be lying. I read some My Love Story, which is a manga. That's just some straight up sweet fun. That's what that is.
Hmm.
Yawamushi Pedal. I really enjoyed that. That's a manga about cycling. I've said it before. I don't like sports, but I like sports manga. I don't know what it is, but I like
Hmm.
it. A Silent Voice. That's a great manga. That's probably one of my top 5 manga. It is about a deaf girl and a guy that bullies her at the beginning, and then realizes he's terrible. So, and it's that whole transition. There's only like 7 volumes, so it's very accessible. I would recommend that. It was great. Ghost by our girl Reina, who we love. Of course, that's 5 stars.
I love that
So
book. I
good.
love that book. Oh my god.
It's so good.
Her new book Guts is coming out in September, I think, September or August. I already pre-ordered the shit out of that, and
I'll read
I'm
anything
just,
by her. She's great. She's
oh
just the
my
best.
god, she just only published 4 books, and she's like drowning in money.
Oh yeah,
Okay, but anyway,
she deserves it.
oh my god, so good. Okay.
Spider Gwen Volume 1, 4 stars. I loved it. More Buffy the High School Years. I gotta skip all that. I read Backstagers. I really enjoyed Backstagers, which I think I told you the other day. Maybe.
Yeah, like James
Yeah.
Tinian, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's great.
Yeah.
At least was
Don't
great with Backstagers. I liked it a lot.
Kristen, don't read the woods. The woods.
Girl, I'm waiting for the woods to pop up because I know I read, I think the first 2 or 3 trades
That's what
back
you
in the
told
day,
me. And
and
you
then I
didn't.
kind of dropped it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That was
Yeah.
the best part. Like those first 2 trades, I gave it 5 star, and then it just went lower, lower.
That's sad. I think I felt it coming because I was like, I think I got in the middle of the 3rd one. I think there's still a bookmark in the middle of the 3rd volume because I have it.
I don't know how you
I'm
do
gonna check
it.
later.
I don't know how you do it because for me, if I start a series, that should better be ending. Like I'm gonna see the end to it. You know.
Well, you know what I do, what I've done for the past year. I mean, I was clearly doing in 2016, but I still do that. I picked up those trades for stupid cheap at half price books.
You didn't know Hoopla then? Is that what it was?
I don't either. I didn't have Hoopla, or I think I didn't have it actually. 2016. I don't think I had it. So
Mm.
that must be it.
Mm.
Because yeah, I wouldn't have just like blindly picked that up.
Right.
I read the Boombox 2016 mixtape. Those are really fun. I don't know if you've read any of those. They're probably all on Comixology Unlimited, but they're all just artists and writers you love with characters you love from the Boombox series, and they're always really fun. So they come out like every year. Oh, girl, why did I read so much in 2016? Okay. X-Men 92 Volume 0, I gave that 3 whole stars. So I was like, this isn't that great. It's fine, I guess.
Kristen loves X-Men. So
Yeah.
an X-Men title with 3,
Yeah.
from Kristen, not good.
It's not great. I read Groot by Jeff Loveness. I think that's that miniseries.
Okay, yeah, that was dumb fun.
I liked it a lot. I gave it
Yeah.
5 stars apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just the same vein of like AVX, like the one that is
Yeah.
behind you.
I
Like
love
it's
that
just,
kind of crap.
yeah, it just
Anyone
so good.
watching, if you have more of that dumb fun, like just great pure joy, even put in the comments below. I want to know
Yeah.
about it. I
Yeah.
gotta read more. All right, I'm skipping more books. Okay, Power Up by Kate Leth. I love Kate Leth as
Mhm.
like a writer and a Twitter personality. I gave that 3 stars. It wasn't that great for me. I don't know.
Oh wow. Okay, that's huge.
It kind of is. It kind of is. Let's see. Nope, that's a book. That's a book. I should have really taken out my want to reads because there's several in here. Oh, I read the first issue of Suicide Squad Rebirth. I gave that 1 star because I couldn't give it 0.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if it got better, but I did hear that was a general consensus that it wasn't great.
I don't know. Suicide Squad for some reason really doesn't work. Like it didn't work as a movie. It doesn't work as a comic book.
I still
Mm,
haven't seen the movie, and that was the only time I read a
no,
comic of
good.
Suicide
You're
Squad,
good.
so
You're
I
good.
think I'm good, yeah. Postal Volume 3 and 4, I gave 4 stars. Love
Yes,
Postal. Um,
that bullshit. Good.
Clean Room Volume 1, that's when I read Clean Room back in 2016. I gave it
Tell me
3
what you.
stars.
We can't be friends anymore.
Here's the thing I remember about it. I remember going, what am I reading like the whole time? I was like, what is this? What's happening? And then I was kind of interested. And then I was like, no, wait, what's happening? And I don't think I continued it. So
No,
I
I
don't know
couldn't give.
that I would rate it the same now, but that's what I remember from it.
I couldn't. I gave it 1 star because I couldn't give it a 0. Like
Mm.
that's when I actually wanted to write to Goodreads. I'm like, can we please put 0 star because we need
Yeah,
it.
I really wish we could do that because otherwise it just looks like you forgot to rate it.
Yeah, no,
You know?
I know. I didn't forget to rate it. It
Mm.
just sucks. So, and
But
it's like
hey,
an
I didn't
objective
give it 5, so that's something.
something. We can continue on this show. Yes. All right. Okay.
It was years ago. I read Orange the Complete Collection Volume 1 and 2. It's also a manga. I really enjoyed both those. Mighty Jack, that's like a kid series. It was really good though. X-Men Gambit and Rogue, that collected the original Gambit miniseries and the original Rogue miniseries. I give it 4 stars because I really enjoyed both of those.
You love yourself some like Gambit and Rogue.
Yeah, I do. It's
Mm.
true. Let's see. All of these are not Plutona. That's funny. So that's when I read Plutona 2016, and anyone who has probably watched our show knows that's the one Jeff Lemire book that I didn't love. That's not quite true. There's another one I didn't love, but
Which
I
was
gave
not
it.
the one.
It was Roughneck. I thought it was fine. It
Oh,
was very middle of the road for me. I think I
yeah.
gave it 3 stars. I would have to check, but Plutona I gave 2. I don't think it deserves that 2. I think it deserves 1.
Mm.
Now that I've thought about it for so long,
Yeah, you've been thinking
you
about it
know.
for 3 years. All
Yeah,
right.
that's right. Joyride Volume 1. I love Joyride and you hated it. I give it 5 stars.
Don't think we continuing this show anymore. Like
Goldie Vance Volume 1, 4 stars. The
which one?
Fade Out, 4 stars. Goldie Vance.
Oh, good man. Okay.
The Fade Out, I gave 4 stars too.
Fade Out was tough as shit. Like especially like having read it after like the Harvey Weinstein bullshit.
Oh,
Yikes.
yeah. Yeah, I hear
Yikes.
that. I hear
Yeah.
that.
Because it's all about like 1920s Hollywood and their raging misogyny. Like, oh boy.
You
Like
know what I'm starting to realize? I don't know if
it's
I
still
read all these in
though.
2016.
Like I completely
No, I don't know that I'm in the right column right now. Oh, no, I
where are you?
am. Well, no, I'm not. Because I was like, I don't know that I think I read The Fade Out like quite like a year or two ago.
Like
Girl, this whole show.
this whole show, were you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
I had it, let's see, what is the column called? I think I was doing the year published.
So, which year read are you at right
I
now?
don't know. I don't even know where that column is, girl.
That
Date
should
added? Is that the date added?
there's a date added, and there should be date read right next to
I have
it.
no date read.
So what's
Oh wait,
around?
yeah, I do. Okay,
There
hold
you
on.
go.
Did we just do this whole show and I did it wrong? Because I think that's what happened.
You know what? That's okay. So keep going.
Well, I just changed my column. It's probably done. Look, we've been on for like an hour.
40 minutes. So, so are you done with your 2016, you think?
I guess. Oh, some of those work,
Yeah,
guys.
there you
Yeah,
go.
because I'm at the right thing now. Because I read a lot that year, but
Yeah. So, do you want me to just go then? Like, you should be good.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Let's. You should go.
yeah, 2017, shit I read. So, in essence of time, we're just going to do it fast. I didn't read a lot in 2017. I only read 186 books.
Only.
Only. I mean, now I'm crunching out like what, like 450 a
Yeah, I
year.
read 188 in 2016, so that's probably what I went through. By the way, I'm
Okay.
looking at it now. I'm comparing them, and it makes sense. There's some
So
differences, but
yeah, so 2017 was not a good year for me personally. I was like, I was going through some shit. So because of that, my reading kind of took a downtrod. But the things I read Entire Authority by Warren Ellis, Dan Abnett, Grant Morrison, Ed Brubaker. Everything that's to do with authority, I read it. And I gave it somewhere around 3 to 4 stars. And, those are some dumbass book, man. Like, if you are like into like turn your brain off action, that's where you go. And that's what those books were. I gave 3 to 4 stars in them. Then I read Stormwatch by Warren Ellis. I gave both of them 5 stars. That do deserve to be 5 star. Then I read Civil War. Yeah, so
we know
Civil War
you
started.
love that.
Kristen, don't
I know.
even
I know
joke
you
about.
didn't. I know you did not.
So I read like no. So the thing is, this is my concern though, because I read entire Civil War in the box set, and I couldn't find the box set doesn't come with the ISBN, and I couldn't enter that. So I kind of entered chops of like different trades, and I don't think I completed all of it because I just gave up. But I know that I read all of it, and it started with 4, ended with 1. Like towards the end, I just gave up. I'm like, no, stop. Like, stop doing this. So that was that. I finished up Why the Last Man. I give it 4 and 5. Looking back, I don't think those are 4 and 5. I think Why the Last Man is very 3. It's really great for a range of female characters, but it's not really good for the idea of portraying women on side by side with men, if you know what I mean.
That's
Like
fair. Yeah.
the whole idea is like, oh, all the men are gone, now the women, and I'm like, why do we have to do that? I personally don't care for that. Like, I wish it was why the not enough men, so you have at least some men, and then you could kind of compare, contrast, and do all those kind of jazz. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. You grow up and you decide other like shits are different. Preacher, book 1 through 5. I love that shit. I love that shit. Like it is so bonkers crazy. I mean, have you watched the show? I truly
No,
recommend you watch the show
I
because
haven't.
like the show is just watch the first 2 episodes and you're like, what the fuck is going on? You may want to continue and you're like, girl, what is this? So it's on Hulu. It got Hulu, you know.
Yes.
So like it's gonna be free, if you know what I mean. Just give it a
Mm-hmm.
try.
Okay.
Do not recommend the book to you because I know that you are not gonna love it, like it at all.
How do you know?
I don't know. I mean, that's true though. How do I know?
Yeah.
You know what? Read it. I
Okay.
mean, it's on Hoopla. Hey, you know.
Yeah. That's all I
So,
need, right?
so yeah. Then I read Indestructible Hulk. That's like the Marvel Now Hulk. I gave it 4 and 5 star. I stand by it. Those are some really dumb fun. Ghosts. I read Ghost on 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Star. We Stand on Guard. I gave it 4 star. Ooh. Okay. Young Avengers Omnibus, Kieran Gillen, I gave it 3. Looking back, it should be a fucking 2 or like
Really?
1.
I have it. I haven't read it yet.
So
I'm gonna have to do it.
that's what
I
I did.
have
I was like,
the Brian Lee O'Malley cover, which I love.
whoa, which is like supposedly like, hard to find.
Yeah.
I don't know. That book turned me into a comic gator. Like, I did
Don't say
not.
that. That's not good.
It's not good at all, isn't it? Is
No.
it? But the thing is, like,
That's terrible.
I don't know. Like, when people talk about forced diversity, that's the book that people talk about.
That
Like,
sucks.
that one, I'm like, yeah, what's going on? Why are we like this? Like, why are we talking like this? Stop it. Like, like, I'm sorry, but you don't say you're gay every second. We are extremely like, okay, if you're new, no, we are very open and we're very like, inclusive over here. But even then, that's not a good way of telling a story. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and they do it all so much that I'm like, stop it.
That sucks.
Stop it. Yeah. So that was that. Then I read all of Captain America, the Marvel Now, Rick Remender. I gave it 4 to 5. I still stand by it. That is like one of my most wanted omnibus, like the Rick Remender's Captain America. Fingers crossed that it comes sometime next year. And if you have seen the Endgame, well, the end of Old Man Steve, it comes from this run. I was like, damn it, where's my omnibus? So yeah, I really love that. Then I read Harley Quinn, New 52 Harley Quinn by Amanda Connor. Gave it 4 to 5 stars. I stand by it. It's pretty good. Then I read Grayson by Tom King and Tim Seeley. I gave it 3, like, overall. I don't know. It just didn't jive with me. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's 3 fine. Grayson looked very awesome, like, delicious stuff. So that's, And then, guess what? Guess what I read?
What?
I read The Boys.
1. It has to be 1, right? Because you can't give it 0.
I surprisingly, I gave it 2.
Oh.
I gave it 2.
What happened?
I don't know. I read The Boys by Garth Ennis, and if you have seen our other show, you will know. After reading The Boys, even until now, I cannot read DC Comics. I have a lot of difficulty reading DC Comics because he pretty much tore down every single DC superhero in that book, and it was not cool. It was not cool at all. And the TV show is coming. I'm gonna be watching it because I want to know.
You have to know, yeah.
I have to know how they transfer, especially the raging amount of misogyny in that. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do it in this day and age, and I want to know. And also, it has Carl Urban. I mean, I'm like, motherfucker, you got me with Carl Urban. I'm like, damn it! Like, however way he says it in Star Trek, I'm like, no. So I read that, and here's the thing. After reading that, I didn't read comics for about a month. Like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Then I came back to read. So this is actually confusing though, because I know for a fact that I didn't read for a month, but according to Goodreads, the date read, I apparently did, but I know I didn't. So then I read 100 Bullets. I gave 2 to 5 star. 100 Bullets is a very tricky series to recommend to anyone. It's very language in it is very problematic, but I think it's very true to the community that it's talking about, because it's a really like The Wire. And this is something that I have problem with, because everyone's like, why so great, but 100 Bullets sucks. I'm like, why? These are both written by white men. Why is that different? Because the talk is like that, that it's a Black community is involved in it, and they talk like the people in the war, and they're also in drug business. So I don't know why the delineation is there. So I think delineation is not the right word for it, but anyway. So yeah, I know you didn't like his other book. What is it? Moonshine. You're
Oh
still,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, I won't finish it. I refuse, and I always have to finish stuff. So
Right. So the thing is like, yeah, so 100 Bullets, I read that, gave it like 4 to 5 stars, stand by it. Tokyo Ghost by Rick Remender, I gave it 5 star, both of them, stand by it as well. Black Science, I gave it 4 and 3. I know for a fact that I gave it 3 because I was feeling that the story is just coming to a halt. But I know, but that's has I didn't finish it, so it's only up to volume 4, which was available at that time. But I know that now it has took off, so I'm gonna see how it goes. Then I Kill Giant. Have you read that?
yes, I thought it wasn't worth the hype. Honestly, I liked it,
Wasn't?
but I thought it wasn't worth the hype.
I gave it 5 star, but the thing is, like, I do remember one thing. My sister was like fighting with my mom. Made her read that book. She wasn't fighting with my mom after that.
No,
Like,
that's good.
that was one thing that happened with it.
I'm gonna like
Um,
kill half our audience by saying that, but
what?
by,
No, I
by saying
mean,
it wasn't worth the hype. I mean, like I liked it, but people like praise it. I'm like, okay. I mean, I liked it fine.
Kristen, you're dead inside. Have anyone told you that?
That's really rude.
You're alive inside. How about
Oh,
that? You're
thank you so
maybe
much.
not as alive as you'd like
You
to
know,
think.
it's been a long time since I read it. Maybe I'm misremembering it. It's possible. Like years.
That book either it gets you or it doesn't.
Mm.
It's one of those things. And then I read The Wake by Scott Snyder. I loved it until the last issue because nothing happened. Nothing happened in it. Kristen, nothing
Nothing
happened in
happened.
it.
I don't want to
Okay,
read that then.
no. Then I read Sweet Tooth. Guess what I gave Sweet Tooth?
I don't know.
Just guess. Wild guess. Take a wild
4.
guess. 5. I gave all
Oh,
3
I'm
editions
surprised.
5.
I'm
I
surprised.
loved it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. Like, that's so cool. Like, that's some crazy bullshit right there. Um, and then I read Roughneck. Kristen, just
Yeah.
say what
I
just
don't
give,
know. I really
what do
can't
you
guess.
think?
I don't know.
Guess, just guess. Take a wild guess.
I don't know. 4?
No wild guess. You have to guess.
I said 4.
4? Oh,
Yeah.
5. I gave 5.
Really?
Yeah, right?
I just
See?
think you're wrong.
See,
I
that's
just think
what
you're
I'm
wrong about
saying.
it. That is
Like,
weird.
I
Nothing
don't know.
happened. That's my complaint with that book. Nothing happened in that book.
No,
There
absolutely
was no
nothing.
resolution.
So here's the thing. You know why I gave it 5 star? You
I
know
don't
why?
know. What?
Like, so the only reason I gave it 5 star, I remember it so well because I was telling them, like, why did I give this book 5 stars? I remember that one because there's one place where he was like walking in on snow and it was having like crunch, crunch, crunch noise.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is to walking in Canada. And the fact that he captured that, I'm like, this book is up for
I mean,
5 star.
is that a Canada thing or just a snow thing? Like,
I don't care. I mean, this book takes place
come
in
on,
Canada.
nothing happened in that book.
He's Canadian. I'm Canadian, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy gets it. And I was missing Canada at that time because I was really missing my mom and dad, and I read that book, and I'm like, this guy gets it. I mean,
Okay, that's fair.
It was just a moment, but hey, I may have been wrong. I don't know. Chew, I gave it all 5 stars. There's
Of
like
course.
volume, like this omnivore edition, like those big, like oversized book 1 through 6. I gave them every single one of them 5 star, which
That's
it
what
deserved.
it deserves. Yeah.
Then I read March. I gave it also 5 stars.
Of course.
All of them. Sheriff of Babylon, 4 star and 5 star. I gave 5 the first one, 4 the next one. Then this is one book, Essex County. What do you think I gave it?
I don't know. I can't even guess anymore because you gave 5 stars to Roughneck.
I gave it.
I don't trust you. Okay, I guess I trust you, Jeff Lemire, opinion in that one, but
I'm telling you, I don't know. I really enjoy reading his book. I just don't understand why I enjoy them or what's up with them because most cases nothing happens in them.
That's okay, but that's not true. Like, Essex County, stuff happened and there was an ending. Roughneck, stuff happened and it never really ended and nothing really happened, but also some things happened. I guess he crunched snow. That's all we got, right?
But that's what I'm saying. His books are so all over the place, and I'm like, why am I enjoying this? But some things happen in them. I don't know. I'm always conflicted. Um, then I read
I just gotta tell
Hellboy.
you, I do have to go soon. I'm sorry.
No. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it very, very fast.
Reed is
Just
very
hang.
mad at me.
Okay, I'm going to do it very fast right now. Sorry, Reed. Hellboy, I gave it 4 star. The first one. Rachel Rising, I gave it 5 star. Annihilation Omnibus, gave it 4 star. And then Transmetropolitan, top to bottom, I gave it 5 star. Then I gave Deadpool by Jerry Dugan, gave it 4 and 5.
Yep.
Then Private Eye gave it 5. Other Side by Jason Aaron gave it 5 as well. Revival, I gave it 5. Then it became 4 and 3. Alex and Ada, I gave it 5. Fear Agent, I gave both of those 5. Then the Statistic Omnibus, I gave it 3. I did not care for that. DC New Frontier, that's one brought me back to reading DC comic book again after The Boys. I gave it 5. Then there was Luther Strode, gave it 5. Thor by Walter Simonson, I gave all of those 5 and 4. Mockingbird, I gave it 5 as well. Then Scout, I gave it top to bottom 5. Then I read a whole bunch of Valiant. I gave it anywhere between 4 and 3. So they're just like all of them. Then bunch of Reina Talgemar book, the drama Sisters. I gave Smile. I gave it 5, and 4. Lost in Sea by Brian Lee O'Malley. I gave it 3. Nimona. I gave it 5. Then I read bunch of Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps. I gave it like 5 and 4, depending on what they were. Planet Hulk, I gave it 5. World War Hulk, the omnibus, I gave it 5. Even though they came out last year, I went back and changed them. Then there was Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. I gave it 3.
Loved it. Oh, I loved it.
Interesting. I gave it 3. And then Underwater Welder by Lemire, I gave it 4. And I remember not necessarily caring all that much for it, but I gave it 4. And then The Best We Could Do by Thi Bui, that is a nonfiction book. I highly, highly recommend that to everyone. I gave it a 5 star. And
Nice.
that was my 2017.
Fantastic.
So I think we have to come back sometime, not necessarily 4 weeks, but in 2 weeks' time. We'll try our best to come back and do Kristan's 2017. And this time around, Kristan will have them right in order.
I'm sorry. It looks like I mostly have them right. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I was having technical difficulties beforehand, and I think I clicked the wrong button. But it mostly matches up. So
No, it's
we're fine.
okay. We're just taking a journey down your memory lane. That's
Still
what
memories.
it was.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. But thank you so much for listening to us. You should tell us about what were some of the surprises you found when you went down to your Goodreads. If you're not using Goodreads or another platform, tell us about that too. How is that compared to Goodreads? And if you don't have Goodreads, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? But please, and tell us about your Goodreads goal this year. I want to know everyone's goal. Do you kind of pad it out like I said I was doing, or do you do what Freya does? Like, how do you? We want to know everything about your Goodreads experience. So let us know.
I have 400 target this year. I'm at 381.
Nice.
So
I'm so behind on mine. I don't even want to look at it.
My target. You know what you should be doing? Start writing single issues.
I probably should, honestly. I have some right beside me. I'll just read some of these.
Right. And and if you are anyone from Goodreads who are Comixology Unlimited, please reach out to us. Reach out to us. You can of course join go to our Instagram and Twitter, and then you can find out when we're doing our live shows and how we're doing it and stuff. This Thursday we're hoping Zach and I to do the Christopher Priest Marvel World. We're hoping to get that, but we can't promise because work really keeps us busy. And the part 3 of Hellblazer should be dropping sometime this week as well.
Yay.
But join all our social media so you know when everything drops. And, we'll be
See you
back
soon.
for year 20, Kristen's year 2017, my year 2018 in soon,
It's
something
gonna be
soon.
good.
It's gonna be good. But anyway, join us then and follow us and all of that. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, Kristen.
Thank you,
We'll
Faria.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back soon. Bye.
Bye.